Hello everyone, I'm Kikal Happy and today I'm going to show you how to run the PureVanilla test server. The first thing you want to do is go into the test server repository and then click here and make sure to select your game mode. So in this case I'm going to test the simply game mode, and then you click on code and download zip. There you go. So we move it here and let's extract it. So here we have our test server contents, and you go into the extracted folder, and within the extracted folder you will see a server folder which you have to open. Okay, let's pause for a second because we are about to run a Minecraft server, okay? And in order to run a Minecraft server that specifically runs on paper, we need to make sure that we are using the correct the right Java version, okay? So in order to do that, I will link here the PaperMC official guide, which will tell you which Java version you need to use. So in this case, since our server is on the 1.20 Minecraft version, and you can see that this option here applies to any more modern versions than 1.18. What we will have to do is run on Java 21. So in order to check which Java version you have right now, what you can do is open a CMD and then do Java / version, and it will tell you which Java version you are using. In this case, I'm running Java 17, which I know for a fact that it will also run Minecraft 1.20. But it is best that you actually follow the official guide and install Java 21. So you use Google Java 21 and then click here on the OS you are using. In this case I'm using Windows, and then you download either the installer or the MSI installer. For macOS you can use the DMG, and if you are using an M family processor, you have to run the ARM64, and if you are using an Intel based processor you have to run x64 DMG. Anyways, and if you're using Linux, of course you will know how to install this, of course, I hope. When you run the Java command here, you saw an error. That means you don't have Java installed at all. So make sure you have Java installed and that you are using the recommended version here, which is Java 21. Okay, once you have done that, you will have to start up the server. So in order to start up the server, what you will do is here, with the folder open, you have to have the server folder open here. You click on the top bar, which will show you the path of this folder, and then you copy it. And then on the CMD, you do CD, which stands for change directory. You open quotes, paste it with the right click, end quote, and then press enter. And then you are on the server folder. And now that you are on the server folder, you can run the paper server by doing Java /jar and then paper.jar. By the way, this is kinda like a Minecraft chat. If you are typing here and you press tab, it will autocomplete to paper.jar. Anyways, you can now press enter, which will start the server. And okay, meanwhile it is starting up. I will explain what this server has installed by default. So of course, if you are watching this video in the future, the amount of plugins that it has can change, but in this case there are 3 that are related to performance, 1 that is related to monitoring the performance, and 1 that is related to stress testing the server. In PureVanilla, every lag prevention measure only kicks in when the server is laggy. So if your server is running fine on your computer, you are not going to see no change whatsoever from vanilla Minecraft, nothing at all. So that means you have to stress test the server to see how your farms are going to be affected by the lag prevention plugins. Anyways, in this case, now on 2024, we have an anti-redstone clock which will replace random bits of redstone on redstone clocks. Fire control, which will kill very large mob farms, and then rust stacker, which will stack mobs Once again, as I said, this only kick in when the server is laggy, so there will be no difference whatsoever from vanilla Minecraft if the server is running fine. Okay, I will explain how to use Spark and Stress later. So now that our server is running here, we have to open Minecraft, and then you can connect to a server by clicking on multiplayer and then direct connection and then localhost. Make sure your server is running. Of course, here it says it is done and it is running. So you click on join server, and then you are on the server. Very nice. Since this server is running on your local PC, you just do OP and then your username, in this case OP Happy, and then you are OP and you can do game mode creative if you wish, and there you go. So of course, if you want to test a farm, you will have to build the farm here or paste it with Litematica, or if you want, you can install WordEdit on this server. Google how to install WordEdit on a Minecraft server. This is out of the scope of the video, but you will be probably using Litematica, so you just paste the schematica with Litematica, and then you paste it with Litematica, of course. And then here you can see, once you build your farm here, you are able to stress test it by doing stress. So right now you can see that if I do /TPS, you will see that the server is running on 20 TPS, which means it is running perfectly. So you are familiar. Minecraft runs on a tick-based system, and 20 means well, it is running at the clock speed it is designed to run. So it is running at 20 TPS right now, which is perfect. But if you see anything lower than 20 TPS, it means there is a bit of lag on the server. So let's actually cause a bit of lag on the server. So in order to do that, we're going to use the stress plugin, and then you can type here any test. So you can test chunk generation, chunk loading, command, entity, ticks, TPS, whatever. I found that the best test to stress out the server is entity. So you use run the entity test, and then you press enter. And what this will do, as you just saw, is just spawn a bunch of pigs here, which will hopefully decrease the TPS a bit. In this case, my PC was not it didn't really bother at all. Let's spawn, let's say, 10,000 pigs. I know my PC is lagging a bit because the pigs are not even falling, so maybe that was a bit too much. I think I just might have crashed this server. Yeah, as you can see, I stressed it too much. So let me restart the server. I just did Ctrl+C, which will kill the server. Yeah, it seems 10,000 pigs was a bit too much in this case. Yeah, this was too much. So since I fucked it up so big, I actually have to delete the world. So let's go here and then do let's delete this world. So you have to wait for the server to close, and now that it is closed, I will delete all the worlds. Okay, and start up the server again. Okay, I'm back on the server. Let's be a bit more conservative this time, and let's do, for example, I don't know, 1,000 pigs. So this is spawning a bunch of pigs, and as you can see, they're all dying. And whatever, the server quickly brings the TPS up again. As you can see, it is on 20 TPS already, so maybe not the best test for testing prolongated lag periods. Let's do another test. Let's do... Okay, so I've been running some tests, and I found the sweet spot for my PC would be generating 4,000 pigs in a 100 block range. I would recommend you copy and paste this command, but starting from fewer pigs. Let's do 1,000, and as you can see, we have 1,000 pigs here, which will disappear in 10 seconds. Okay, they have disappeared, and if you notice, they just disappeared. They really didn't die, they just popped out of existence. If I do, let's say, 4,000, you will notice they might get killed. I don't know if they will be killed. In this case, no, they didn't got killed. Let's do 5,000 and do, I don't know, 30 seconds instead of 10 seconds. and as you can see, they did die this time. So this is actually a lag prevention measure. So this will of course prevent people from generating an insane amount of entities. I mean, this only happens for insane amount of entities. So this was 5,000 peaks, remember. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. So once again, why are we doing that? We are doing this in order to test if our farms break or not. So right now that every pig got killed, we can maybe try creating a redstone clock, very simple redstone clock here, and you will see that this redstone clock runs perfectly normally here, perfectly normal. Okay, so I spawned a bunch of LAs, as you can see, by doing this command here. And now the server is lagging very hard. You can see the TPS is now 8, which is very, very poor. And at some point the TPS protection will kick in, and then probably kill or redstone clock here. Okay, so if I do anti-redstone clock checklist, you can see that this has detected a redstone clock. It is slowly counting up to 150, and there you go. It reached the limit, and now it has killed that redstone clock. So right, the TPS protection measure did kick in and did kill our redstone clock. So that's a way of testing that. Okay, so if you want to cancel any test, you do stress test and then do duration 1 second, and then it will let you move again. So right, so this kind of test did lag the server out enough to kill this redstone clock. So how to fix this? Well, easy enough. Don't have redstone clocks that run again and again and again. Make them only run whenever you actually need them. Because if they only run, let's say, when you want to empty out a container or something like that, they won't be even detected, and hence they won't be removed. So that's just a way of bypassing that. The other redstone entity measures, well, we already have seen the redstone clock and the entity killing, which only happens again on extremely large amount of mobs. There's another one, which is the stacking. So if I come here and spawn coal, and here in this case we can see an example of a stacked coal, which can also happen when the server is running very low on TPS. So certain mobs will stack, and they will appear as so. Not all mobs can stack, so make sure to check the config, but most of them can. And so that's all the protection measures PureVanilla has, at least of 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you don't have any issues by implementing your farm on the server. Most likely, as you can see, you will not. These situations can only happen under very rare circumstances. As you have seen on the video, it was really hard for me to actually make the lag prevention measures kick in. You will probably have a bit more respect for the server from now on, because as you can tell, it was very complicated for me to actually make the TPS protection kick in. So if you notice the TPS protection kick in on PureVanilla, considering the amazing hardware we have, there's probably something going on. Okay, so it's something to keep in mind. And anyways, thank you so much for watching this video and for playing PureVanilla, and see you there.